Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about goal setting for success. Now you're probably wondering, what makes me the expert to talk to you about goal setting today? Well, I do have a little bit of experience, and that comes in the form of 21 years serving in the military. Now, if the military has taught me anything, it's taught me how to goal set and how to succeed and see them through to completion. They've given me tools, they've given me experience, and they've taught me the discipline to make my goals a success. I'm going to discuss one of the tools in particular, what they've taught me, and that's how to set SMART goals. If your resolutions came and went just as quickly as you made them, or have you even been struggling to set yourself some goals for 2018 in the first place, then hopefully I can help you in this video. A new year means you have another chance to press the reset button, jump back on that horse and try to achieve the goals that you set yourself for 2017. This is what I want to touch on in this video. Why do we find it so hard to keep the promises we make ourselves at the start of the year? And what can we do differently starting right now? Goals are a part of our everyday lives. How we want to conduct our relationships, what we want to achieve at work, how we want to spend our spare time. Without setting goals, life would be chaotic and things would never get done. This may ring true with some of you already. Take something as simple as your morning routine. Getting up, having a shower, brushing your teeth, getting dressed, then going downstairs and deciding what you want for breakfast. This is a series of objectives to get you ready for the day. These are objectives that you probably do subconsciously, but you do them all the same anyway. It's not too late to get yourself organized so that you can give yourself some clear direction of where you'd like to see yourself in 12 months time. Hopefully I'll be able to provide you with some tips in this video to help you on your way with setting some realistic goals that you can achieve in 2018. So why do people find it so hard to keep on track? The main reason is that they expect too much of themselves way too soon. They go all in on day one, making decisions probably when they're still drunk on New Year's Eve or nursing that raging hangover the next day. Anyway, from my experience, it's never a good time to set yourself a goal, because let's be honest, you're going to be full of confidence and you're going to think you're going to be able to take on the world. So you're going to set yourself unrealistic, huge goals for that year. These are goals that are going to affect you for the very near future, and you need to be realistic when you're setting them, and setting them in a really good frame of mind as well. So what is the best way to commit to making a change? One that you're going to be able to adopt as part of your everyday lifestyle and you have more chance of sticking to? The answer is simple. You need to set yourself some SMART goals. These are goals that you can break down into smaller, more achievable targets. So when you hear people say, don't try to do too much too soon or take baby steps, well, I'm going to tell you how to do exactly that. Setting yourself an unachievable goal is just setting yourself up for failure. So give yourself a fighting chance of success by following this SMART method. SMART goal setting brings you structure and a great way of tracking your goals and objectives. Instead of vague resolutions, SMART goal setting gives you clear milestones and allows you to have a better understanding of whether or not the goals you're setting yourself are going to be achievable. We've been using this method in the military, as I've already mentioned, for many years with lots of success. Now, I'm not saying you have to set goals with military precision, but what I am saying is I have tried and tested this and I know it works. Once you have decided on what your goal is, you need to set yourself steps to be successful in achieving that goal. And this is where you need to become SMART. Now, what I mean by SMART is your goals need to be specific. They need to be measurable. They need to be attainable. They need to be realistic or relevant to you. And they also need to be timely. Now I'm going to go through each one of these individually now in a little bit more depth. So starting with S from the SMART method, which is specific or significant. What exactly is it you want to achieve? The more specific you are with yourself, the more chance you have of achieving exactly that. So taking fitness as an example, as this is a fitness channel, SMART goal setting may clarify the difference between, say, becoming a world famous fitness model and I want to train 5 to 6 times a week. I want to eat healthy, and then I want to be recognized for my peak physical condition. Can you see the difference? One is very vague because it doesn't tell you how you're going to get there, whereas the other one outlines lots of objectives, how you're going to achieve that goal. So questions you may ask yourself when you're setting yourself goals and objectives are, what exactly is it I want to achieve? Do you want to be famous? Or do you want to get in the best physical condition of your life? Where? What is your current situation? Where are you going to be when this goal happens? Are you going to be in a different place in 6 months? Think about the factors that affect your where. How? How are you going to achieve this goal? When? Think of your when you're going to start putting that goal and those objectives in place. So with whom? This is a factor you have to consider. Is it you doing this alone, or do you have to consider somebody else in the objectives you're setting? What are the conditions and the factors that could affect you achieving this goal? Are you able to get a gym membership? So you have access to a gym. Are you able to work out from home? Do you have equipment to work out from home? So what are the factors and limitations of you getting fit? And finally, why? Why exactly do you want to achieve this goal? Now this is the biggest question you should be asking yourself. If it's not clear to you why you want to make a change, or you haven't clarified how important it is to you to make this change, then you'll be less likely to see your goal through to fruition. So really think about why you're doing it. Is it important enough to you to see you through to completion of this goal? Takes us on to M, meaning measurable, meaningful, motivational. Measurable goals means you're identifying exactly what it is that you want to see, hear and feel when you achieve your goal. The motivational part of it is clear, I'm sure. Is it going to be motivational enough to keep you going? So you want to break your goals down to measurable elements and select objectives that will keep you motivated, to continue to strive towards that goal because it means something to you. Simply to look like the fitness models on the cover of fitness magazines is not measurable. Wanting to change your body so you look and feel stronger, so you have more energy, so you can lead a healthier lifestyle by exercising more and eating healthier foods, so you generally feel better, feel happier in your own skin. Now these are measurable. So A, attainable. Is it agreed upon? Are you agreeing you're going to do this? Is it achievable? Is it acceptable to you? And are you going to take action? Is it even possible to achieve the goal you've set yourself? That means deciding if the goal you set yourself really is an achievable and acceptable goal. So if we take wanting to lead a healthier lifestyle as our example, you really need to weigh up the effort required. It takes a bucket load of commitment, both mentally and physically, to change an existing habit. Can you invest the time it's going to take you to achieve your goal? Do you need to spend money to achieve your goal? And do you have it available to you? Do you need to buy a gym membership, for example? Do you want to take up an activity that's going to require you to buy specialist equipment? So those are the 3 things you need to be thinking of. Do you have the commitment? Do you have the time? And do you have the money? Is it really worth it when you weigh it up against the other obligations and priorities you may have going on in your life at that specific time? So R, is it realistic? Is it relevant? Is it reasonable to ask yourself to do this? Is it rewarding enough? And is it going to be result orientated? So the question is your goal realistic or relevant to you? Do you actually want to set yourself what I would call an unrealistic goal? Setting yourself the goal to go to the gym twice a day, 6 days a week, when you're already hugely busy, you know, you need to decide, is it really worth it just to become Insta famous? Is that realistic? I think you'll find it's a lot for anybody to ask that of themselves, regardless of circumstances. Could you achieve your goal with going to the gym once a day, maybe just training 4 or 5 times a week? Can you look at other ways to help you make that a realistic goal? If you're struggling to fit your training and meal prepping in around your already busy schedule, then could you manage your time better to help alleviate this a little bit? If you struggle to go to the gym because it takes a lot of time out of your day to travel to and from the gym, do you have the resources that would allow you to train from home to achieve your fitness goals? The main question really is, again, what is your why? Why do you want to reach this goal? What is the objective behind this goal? And will the goal that you've set yourself now really achieve that? Would spending 1 quality hour in the gym, having a really intense workout, be just as effective than 3.5 hours of you dragging your fatigued butts around the gym floor while you chat to your friends, while you're checking out social media, while you're seeing what your fitness idols are doing on Instagram? Get rid of all of that, spend less time in the gym, 1 quality hour of training. Would that be just as effective than the 3 hours of mismanaged time that you're spending in the gym really just stalking your friends on Facebook? Let's be honest. Can you still achieve your goal with a more realistic target in mind? T is for timely. Give yourself a realistic time frame to accomplish your goals and set deadlines. Otherwise, you may be in danger of never achieving what it is you're setting out to do. Everybody knows that setting deadlines is normally what kicks you into action, but make a tentative plan of everything you plan to do and the steps you plan to take to get there. What you don't want to do is to set yourself a deadline, sit on it for a while, and before you know it, your deadline's creeping up on you, and then you're having to scramble to get everything done in the last minute, which will never work, especially if your goal is to lose weight or to build muscle. This is something that takes time, so you're never going to do it in a short amount of time. So set yourself a plan and give yourself steps to reaching your goal and stick to the time frame you've set yourself. So install deadlines, but remain a little bit flexible. Give yourself a little bit of leeway should you come off track, because it's very disheartening if you feel like you're not sticking to your times that you've limited yourself to. So give yourself a little bit of leeway. For example, if you say on a Sunday evening you want to prep all of your meals for the rest of the week, and you get to Sunday evening and all of a sudden you haven't got the time to make that much food because of other commitments. Set yourself a backup day midweek where Sunday evening you can prep half your meals for the week, and then Wednesday evening you have a backup plan just in case you run out of time on the Sunday and then need to make your food in 2 separate sessions. And finally, stay positive, stop procrastinating, and be consistent to the point that your daily goals becomes a habit. Trust me, it does get easier the longer you do it. So keep consistent and be positive. The results will come and the goals will be achieved. So putting all that together, how do I keep track of my own goals? Well, I'm a list freak. I write lists for absolutely everything. Post-it notes are my friend. If you see my desk at work, you'll see how true that really is. My lists include lists for daily tasks, shopping lists. When I go on a holiday, I write a list for packing. You name it, I have a list for everything. I write a list of the exercises I'm going to do in the gym. I'm so organized that my life revolves around lists. But I get shit done. I literally have so much going on in my life that my head is chaotic, and without lists I would never make sense of the chaos that's going on in my head. So lists are definitely the way forward for me. I have a diary where I plan out my annual goals. So I'll sit down at the start of the year and think, what stages of the year do I want to achieve things by? And I will write a list of my annual goals. And then I will break my annual goals down using that SMART method I've just spoke about into more achievable, smaller targets. They may be monthly targets, they may be weekly targets, they may even be daily targets. I literally have daily lists of things that I want to achieve before I go to bed, and I'm normally quite successful in doing that. But like I said, I do remain flexible, and if I don't achieve something on that day, I won't get upset or stressed out about it. I will just move on to the list for tomorrow, and that'll be my priority for that day, is to get that one thing that I didn't do the previous day done. Make your goal and the specifics of it obvious by making it visual. Like we've already discussed, making a clear to-do list can be all you need as a reminder. Sticking a post-it notes to your friend on the fridge to tell you that you shouldn't be eating that dessert could be something just to trigger that thought in your mind. Make vision boards if that helps. So plan out your year on a vision board and then put all the elements of how you're going to achieve it and the path of how you're going to get there, if that helps you to see your start point and your end point and the steps in between. And like me, writing your goals down in a personal diary could be your way of visualizing your plan of action. If you're renowned for giving up at the first hurdle, then a great way of making yourself accountable is by sharing what you plan to do with your family and friends. It's especially easy to do this nowadays in the social media age. You can set yourself up a page on Facebook, announce what it is you plan to do on that Facebook page, and document your progress for all to see. Not only will the support for what you're doing come flooding in from all your family and friends, but you'll also feel all of a sudden that you have a support group there that you can't let down. So that'll push you harder than ever to make sure you're doing it for yourself mostly, but you also feel that you can't let that support system down. So it gives you a little bit more of an incentive. And finally, we're getting there. Keep believing in yourself. Setting yourself SMART goals will significantly increase your chances of achieving your goals, but that's not to say that within a few months you may start to abandon them as you hit bumps in the road. Bumps in the road can throw you off your stride, but if you keep believing in yourself, then you're more likely to get back on track and keep pushing forward with the goal that you're wanting to achieve. More often than not, people who fail to keep their resolutions will blame willpower. They'll blame their own lack of willpower, but let me tell you, willpower is subjective. So often you hear people saying, if I had more willpower, I'd be able to achieve my goals and overcome anything. But willpower is not exhaustive. You don't have a limited amount of willpower that runs out over time. Willpower is all in the mind. If you believe that you have an endless supply of willpower, then it's likely that you'll do better at achieving your goals than those that believe that willpower is something that can be removed. You have as much willpower as you think you do, so start believing in yourself. Only you are limiting your true potential because you don't think you have the willpower to see it through. So the biggest takeaway from this today is understand your why. Why do you want to do this? Why is it so important to you? How is it going to change your life? Set yourself some achievable, realistic goals and believe in yourself. Whew, there you have it. That's all I have for you. I've waffled on long enough, but I have got this written out in a blog post. So if you would like to read a more detailed account of the SMART method that I use and you'd like to do it in your own time, then I will link in the description below a link to my blog post where you can go back and read it and digest. And then you can refer to it as you decide when you want to set yourself some goals. Now, go set yourself some incredible goals for 2018, and I wish you every success. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you give me a thumbs up if you liked what you've seen today. If you're struggling in any way and I can help you, then please comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn that notifications on by clicking on the little bell, and you'll be the first one to see when I upload my next video. But for now, guys, thank you so much.